Hello. Hello.
Are you recording?
Hello?
Oh,
Hello?
I am recording. Hello. Hello, Trin.
Oh, shit.
Welcome.
Hello.
Oh,
I might
man.
run and get a hot pocket at some time.
I'm gonna run her and get a hot pocket.
Honestly, valid. No, that's fair.
Okay.
Bro, I'm so hungry.
Alright. Hello, gamers.
I'm absolutely
Hello,
God.
gamers.
ravenous.
Alright. So, I think we should start soon.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
I agree.
Have you talked to Mac?
Mac hasn't responded, so I don't know.
Lol.
But,
Is Matt even in the campaign anymore?
they just never show up. And
Okay,
honestly, they
I'm gonna
may
say
get
that-
dropped at some point.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this because we started the strike thing like last week. We could just start it now and it could be one strike.
Yeah. But you know what?
If they don't
Honestly,
shoot.
we have all the key players that we need for this session here. So, yeah. Okay.
I want a hot pocket.
It'll happen
I
at
want
some
my
point.
Penelope fanfic.
I probably need to stand my phone for the session.
Okay. Lou will be here at like 9:30 to 10 to sit in and spectate, so we'll probably catch the end of the session. Or, we'll see. We'll see. I have a lot of shit planned today. I got a lot of bullshit
Nice.
planned today.
Oh god. August with planning is like Batman.
Yeah, he's gonna give you the trauma.
August
I'm gonna try and
planning
switch back to my computer.
fills me with fear.
All right. What the?
I feel like August will drop a Percocet and then just go feral to write this campaign.
Yeah, that's
Bro.
basically how I do it. Basically, I sit in my room and I go, man, how do I fuck up my players' mental health today? I know.
Let me talk to them for a year and get a basis of their trauma and then attack them with it in the D&D.
And then transport it into
Bro.
D&D.
Facts.
as long as I don't turn on my camera, actually.
Excellent.
Has a PTSD flashback in the middle of a session.
Okay, I guess Spotify
That's
just
the
doesn't
goal,
want
baby.
to... Oh, okay. Well, that worked. Alrighty. Alright. Okay. Alright, okay. Return of the Mac. Give it what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Okay.
Oh, did we level up last game?
Yes, you should all be level 4.
Shit.
If not, that is fine.
Double check my shit.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
I'll be
Not
taking care of that
fine.
as we speak.
See, I'm just gonna start playing music.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, Sam.
Hello, how are you?
I am great. I had a pretty slow closing, which is nice, and I'm ready to power through and do this session. Cause oh my god,
That's valid.
I'm gonna pee my pants.
Sisters don't
Oh.
gain anything at level 4. What the fuck?
Yeah, I got fucked, mate. Yeah, I got fucked right in the kisser.
Look, wait till level 5 comes out, then we all fucked because Iker gets another upgrade.
He does. But I'm gonna be writing it, alright? So you can stay
Damn
somewhat
it.
balanced. Alright?
We'll see, because we gotta wait, but you probably get, well, you do have a pretty good basis on what he can do currently.
Yeah. Alright. Okay. Okay, friends. Are we ready? Are we fucking ready? Are we ready to go? Because I
Or less.
Mentally, no, but you know what? Let's fucking go for it.
Okay. Alright. You guys can just, go ahead and do your level up thingies, whatever. But we're gonna start. Alright.
I don't want to get on OnlyFans. Give me back to my D&D.
Oh, sorry guys, wrong tab. Accidentally saw some titties.
Bro, why are you
Quite
so
literally.
down bad? Christ.
I don't know what you're talking
Stop,
about. I
stop.
literally renewed 2 of my memberships because I support women.
Oh my
Thank
God.
you. Me
I
too.
support
I
women.
support.
Oh God.
I should have
Women.
tweeted this. But my friend tweeted it before me, and it was for today for National Women's Day. I will be renewing all my OnlyFans subscriptions.
That's kind of amazing.
Subscription.
I'm gonna get
Oh,
some-
wait.
Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna cue a few more songs just so I don't have to do it like halfway through like a important moment.
Like every other campaign?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I
why
know,
is-
guys. I get caught
Why
up in
is
the
it-
moment. What?
But
What's that?
D&D. Okay, look. So D&D in the D&D Beyond is red, white, and blue, but Beyond is rainbow.
I
'Cause
know,
it's-
I saw it.
'cause
They
it's
just put
gay.
it, and I'm so happy.
Is Pride Month.
Oh, it's not red, white, and blue. No, 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 no. It's the other. Okay, it's different. I thought it was like America and then gay. I was like, I was like,
is
Yeah,
There is
America
no
is
one
gay.
homophobic.
You're right. America's just full of a bunch of queers, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, alright, alright.
You know what's homophobic, guys?
What?
It's Pride Month, and I still haven't gone on a date with a pretty girl.
God damn it.
I'm mad about it.
That's unfortunate. You know what? You know what's really sad? I'm still single. But he's too busy writing D&D, so he doesn't have time.
Lol, me too.
Same,
Gross.
Oh my
same.
god, twinsies.
Yeah, we're like,
Twinsies.
Alright, gamers. We're fucking starting. Hope you're all ready.
Nope.
Yep,
Well, let's
yep.
fucking do it.
Alright. Welcome back, everyone, to the next session of Godblood. We're going to start off with a bit of a recap, and then we're going to go into a classic August cutscene. So, if everyone can mute, where we last left off, we were... okay, so where we last left off, you were all in the town of Stone Point trying to find information about the cult. The cult that's been changing people in Pearl Nest into those horrific, weird, stretchy, wacky, waveable, inflatable arm tube man monsters. After some asking around, you guys learned about a church that is nearby, but they're very secret and they don't really come into town that much, but people have been seeing things. I believe it was Nolai who got this information from a local baker. Additionally, Penelope showed a bit of her fire magic to Iker, and Pilar convinced Mari to go along because Pilar believes that there is a piece of him in the church, whatever that could mean. And Otto is sticking around because Otto finally has friends and he likes having a bunch of big, strong people to protect him. So, you all went to the church. Oh, also I forgot to mention, we found out what that mark on Nolai's arm is because Otto tried to pull it out of her, and it was some horrific, weird blood thing. Don't really know what it was, but Iker knows that it is the substance that has been turning people into those horrific monsters in Pearl Nest. So basically, Nolai may be on a little bit of a timer and needs to find a cure. So, with everyone with their own reasons, their own goals, you all headed to the church. The church, again, was quite large. It looked a bit like a castle, like a mix between a castle and a church. And you guys derived a plan, or more, Iker came up with a plan, quotation marks, where Penelope would pretend to take him in, and, you know, that would be how you guys got in. The plan worked somewhat. Penelope got in, and you were all distracted enough, or you distracted the cultists enough to slip in through a side door. But eventually, the cultists led Penelope to a side room. They accused her of being the champion of fire, which she is very confused about, and they tried to take her. But you guys came in, saved the day, killed the cultists. Nolai was an invisible barbarian, which is absolutely horrific, and Otto had an Evangelion mech suit that he was punching people with. So all around, you guys were kicking shit. But after a bit more exploring of the church, after you guys beat those initial cultists, you guys found an experimentation room where they have been injecting certain blood substances into different people. And you guys found a pamphlet with Iker's records on it, but there wasn't a whole lot there, and so you guys decided to go try and find the stock room where they're keeping all the blood to try and figure out what the fuck is in Nolai and what the fuck is in Iker and why these things are happening to them. But before you guys could do that, through the main doors on a balcony came a Valtarian soldier in ornate armor, the Dragon Fang Malori, and beside him was the cultist leader, Zotar, and on his other side is the mysterious bounty hunter, whose identity is still not confirmed. Mallory said that he was waiting for you all. He placed you all into different parts of the church using a spell, and you all basically have to group back up, find what the fuck's happening with Iker and Nolai, and try and get the hell out and escape the Dragon Fang. So that's where we left off. Now we're going to start off with the cutscene. The scene opens up 30 minutes before you guys arrived at the church. This is happening 30 minutes before you all came. You can see a large, very ornate, furbished room. There's a large, roaring fireplace, a bunch of comfy seats and couches, and tons of bookshelves filled with all different kinds of books. In one of the chairs, you can see Zotar in his purple robes kind of covering his face. And you can see him writing something down in a journal. And you can also see Mallory standing kind of right in front of the fireplace with his arms kind of behind his back. And you can see that he's looking at some paintings / drawings above the fireplace. I must say, Zotar, this is quite a nice place you have, Mallory says as he continues to walk around the very nice room, kind of looking at all the little baubles and trinkets that Zotar has collected for his cult. Zotar looks up from writing in his journal and says, "Thank you, Sir Mallory. It's a honor to have you here in our humble place of work." Mallory walks over to one of the bookshelves and he kind of traces his finger across the book rims. "Oh, no. The pleasure is all mine, Zotar. I am very, very grateful to be working with someone of your expertise. I'm hoping that our union, our friendship, will pay off for both parties," Mallory says. He looks over to Zotar with a very wicked, slightly malicious smile on his elven face. Zotar nods. Again, you can't really see Zotar's face because his hood is kind of shrouding his face in shadow. "I assure you, Mallory, my people here are the best when it comes to blood splicing. You will have your results as long as you can keep supplying us with the blood that we need." "Of course," Mallory says. "The Valterian army has plenty of resources to gather as much blood as you possibly need. But I am a little curious about something, Zotar," Mallory says as he kind of walks closer, and you see Mallory sits down in one of the chairs right across from Zotar. "I'm curious about your name," he says, his eyes kind of dim a little bit. "You see, I know that your people here are, to say, curious about the gods. I myself am also one that is curious about their past. And it has come to my attention that your people are trying to gain godly ascension. At least that's how you put it in your words." Zotar puts his journal down on the table next to him. "Yes, it is my people's belief that the gods failed us during the Cataclysmic War, and we are simply taking the next step in mortal evolution. We believe that since the gods can't take care of us, it should be us that takes care of ourselves." Mallory nods. "Yes, it is obvious that the gods failed, and that we mortals need to pick up the pieces, but your name is curious to me. It's very similar to one of the gods' names. Now, I don't want to accuse you of plagiarizing or using a god's name in vain. I'm just a bit curious to why your name would be so close to Votar's." Zotar doesn't say anything for a few minutes, and you see his head kind of shifts to look into the fire. Unfortunately, Master Mallory, I would like to keep that information secret for now. Mallory shrugs. If you insist. Sorry if I pushed any boundaries. The peer... you see that Mallory kind of looks down at his hand, and you see that he kind of appears to be looking at something in the palm of his hand. It appears that our guests are arriving right on schedule. Hello, Mac. It appears that our guests are arriving right on schedule, Mallory says as he looks up from the palm of his hand. Have your cultists ready to welcome in our guests with open arms. Zotar nods. And what about them? Zotar says, as he kind of gestures over to the corner of the room. In the corner of the room, sitting in a chair in the shadows, is the bounty hunter. You can see they are sharpening their longsword with a whetstone. And Mallory looks over. Oh, yes. They are very efficient at their job. They've been in this game for a while now. Haven't you, bounty hunter? Mallory says, with a horrific smirk on his face. The bounty hunter looks up from sharpening their sword, and then begrudgingly looks back down and continues sharpening. Let's give our honored guests a real joyous time in your humble abode, Mallory says. We now cut forward. You can all unmute. Alright. Player groupings. So, Penelope and Iker are together.
Yo.
Nolai, Junifer, and Bon are together.
Okay.
Otto, Pilar, and Mari are together. Alright, let me just go ahead and bring out my notes real quick. Alright. We're going to start with one of these groups. I'm going to roll the trusty D3 of Justice to see which group goes first. Alright. And Mac, just to give you a little update so you know what is happening. The players are in the church. The cultists tried to take Penelope, the girl that's has affinity with fire. But the party came in and saved her. The party killed a bunch of cultists, found out that they've been injecting weird blood into people, but before you guys could go find where they're keeping all the blood, Mallory, the Dragon Fang, showed up and split you all, and so that is currently happening right now. You've all just been teleported to different parts of the church, and you guys need to find a way to regroup. So, just catch you up to speed. Okay. Let's go ahead and see who is the first group. We are starting with Iker and Penelope. Alright. Iker, are you ready?
Yes.
Alright. Iker, you and Penelope are currently in a long hallway. Immediately as you look out the window, you can tell you're on the second story of the church. You can see Penelope next to you, and she seems a little shaken at the sudden transportation. And she kind of looks over to you. Was that supposed to happen? She says.
I'm positive it wasn't.
Well, the dude in the full dragon armor didn't look exactly fun to be around. So, what's the plan?
I mean, our only options right now are to just walk forward, I guess.
Walk forward in the creepy church full of creepy cultists who are injecting people with creepy blood. Right.
And the mysterious man that's been tasked to hunt us.
Right. Are we talking about the one in the purple robes, or the one in the full black armor? Or are we talking about both of them?
Robes.
Oh.
Both, basically.
Lovely. Lots of really, really mean people. I didn't expect this was going to be, the path that I, went down this week, Penelope says. She still looks a little shaken at being told she's the next champion of fire. You can see it's still kind of not processing to her, and she still seems a little confused. Right, well, if you want to take the first step, since, you know your way around the place, she says.
Can I make a perception check?
Yep, go ahead and make me a roll.
17.
Alright, what exactly are you looking for? Traps, people, just stuff?
Anything like suspicious, anything that might get us hurt?
Well, the hallway right in front of you is pretty barren, not a whole lot going on. You can see it turns to the left, so at the end of the hallway it continues on and it just takes a sharp turn to the left. But that's about all you see. You don't see any traps or spells or anything waiting to get you.
Okay. I guess we walk forward.
Alright. Penelope and Iker, you both begin to walk down the hallway. Iker, you go ahead and you take a peek around the corner, and you can see that you can see two cultists standing there. They don't appear to have known that you have arrived. They're kind of just chilling.
So I can sneak up on them.
Yes, you can if you make me a stealth check.
Okay. Stealth 10.
10? Okay. Alright. Iker, as you try to creep up behind the two cultists, you accidentally hit a wire that was right in front of you. And as you do so, you notice that the two, what you thought were cultists, actually aren't cultists, and you are immediately shot at by two giant ballista shots, as it was merely cloaks that were disguising these two mini ballistas.
Oh.
Alright, does a 16 hit?
Yes, a 16 does hit.
Okay. You're going to take 10 points of piercing damage. You watch as the two cloaks kind of fall, and you can see that the cultists like set up these little dummy like cloaks in front of the ballistas, and you just tripped the wire because you thought that they were actual people, and it just shot through. All right. So, you can see that Penelope runs up behind you and just says, "Holy shit, Art, you good?" She says, as you kind of have like part of a. They're not like super huge ballistas. They're like a bit smaller. But the arrow's still quite big, and it's kind of lodged in like your lower side.
Okay, so I look at her and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna pull this out, and I need you to cauterize this wound for me, or I might actually bleed out.
Cauterize the wound. There's no torches around.
Manifest fire. You gotta believe in yourself.
What? Penelope says. She just looks...
You can do it. I promise.
I don't think I'm at that level yet, Penelope says. Don't you think you could just, like, keep it in you until we find, like, Otto or Junifer or someone to heal you up?
Perhaps the spark of our love could make a fire?
What? Penelope says, and she just kind of looks at you.
Nothing. I'll leave the arrow in me, but we need to take care of both of those right now.
Look, I can try, Penelope says, but I'm not promising you any results. Okay?
I believe you. I believe in you. You've got this.
Okay, so do you want me to, like, manifest the fire first and then cauterize it, or are you going to take it out and then I have to panic manifest fire?
Okay, so I want you to manifest fire, me pull out, and then cauterize.
Okay, alright, Penelope. Just gotta manifest some fire, she says, and she holds out her hands and she goes, "Fire!" Nothing happens. And she kind of goes,
No. You've got to believe in it. You've got to picture it in your mind. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, and then picture that flame in your hand just growing.
All right, Penelope says. She stands there for a second. And she has her eyes closed. And Iker, you watch as she focuses, little sparks of flame begin to materialize in her hand. And you watch as slowly but surely the fire kind of lights up in her hand. And you can see... Oh, I did it! Iker, I made fire!
I told you could. Alright, now let me pull this out. And then you put it on my side.
Oh god, okay.
We're gonna celebrate in just a second.
Isn't this gonna hurt, like, a lot?
Yes.
Okay.
So I pull out this big ol' arrow, and then, like, guide her hand to my side.
Penelope...
And say...
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I feel like this would cut to one of my blood minions as I'm absolutely screaming to the highest degree.
Yeah.
With like a we'll be back soon little sign.
Yeah, so...
And then I'm like...
Penelope puts the fire across your wound, and it does hurt a hell of a lot. But she is able to cauterize the wound with her fire. And then the fire goes out, and she just goes, okay. I never want to do that again, she says, as she stands up and kind of dusts herself off. Come on, she says, and she extends her hand to help you get up.
So I grab it, and then we try to get a better point of attack on these ballistics.
They're out of ammo. They only had one shot each. Probably just hoping to kill you in one shot, but you got lucky.
I, out of spite, just go and kick one.
Kick one over. It just kind of falls. They seem a little hastily made. Perhaps that's probably why it didn't deal the killing blow to you. You can see Penelope kind of walks forward. All right, should I go first this time and make sure that we don't get shot by any more things?
No, I'll go first, because if you take a ballista to the side, I don't think I would be able to cauterize your wound.
Right. Okay. You can keep going, she says.
I'll be your human bodyguard. All right, let's progress.
All right. As you guys continue down the hallway, you can see that the hallway splits into like a T shape. One side to the left, one side to the right. On the left side of the corridor, you can see what you can. Sorry. At the end of both the left and right side of the corridors, there are doors, both shut. So you can either go to the left door, or you can go to the right door.
Odds we're gonna go left. Evens we're gonna go right.
Right. I guess I'll. Yeah. Yeah. You want to?
And that's an even.
All right.
Let's go right.
All right. You two head to the right side door. Iker, you go ahead and you open up the door. And as you do so, you guys enter into what appears to be a barracks room / an area where the cultists sleep. It's a rest and relaxation room. Lots of bunks. There's another fireplace in here with some more chairs and benches around it. No one's in here, though. Everyone's gone. Penelope walks over to one of the seats and takes a load off for a second. I could use a sit down for a moment, she says.
Agreed. And I just go sit down beside her and go, that seriously was really cool. I'm happy that you were finally able to make the fire in your hand.
Thank you. This is just all so crazy, she says, and she puts her head in her hands and kind of like rubs her eyes. Literally, not even 2 weeks ago, I was just with my family, just picking flowers, and now I'm here, she says. It all happened so fast.
You're right. It did happen so fast. To think you're a little piece of coal or an ember growing into a great flame.
That's
you're
not,
gonna go far, kid.
That's not what I meant, Iker. Look, this whole fire thing. Look, I can't believe why a god of Otax would pick me to be their next champion. I mean, I I don't know how to fight. I've never been in a battle. This is all so foreign to me. It's just...
Well,
it seems
from
like...
what I know about...
It seems like he made a mistake, Penelope says, as she looks at you.
From what I know about the gods, they don't make mistakes. Time is completely irrelevant to them. They've seen what you can grow into, what you can become. And if you were chosen as a champion of fire, that means you were destined for great things.
Penelope
You're
just
destined
kind
to lead people.
She just kind of looks at the floor. I guess so. It's just, from what I read in the books, the champions of fire are supposed to be brave and a bit stubborn, but always great friends and leaders, even if it ends up getting them killed. I just don't think I'm the right person for the choice. I don't think I could ever live up to even the previous champion, she says.
Listen, Scuttle Crab Bay wasn't built in a day. Listen, things take time. It's these things that you have to wait on. You've got to see what happens to be in your future, but you've got to hope to think that maybe your place is going to be to hold more value than what you think currently. Yes, you may not feel brave and strong at this point in your life, but I feel like if you choose to grow in this specific field, you will do great things.
Penelope looks up at you and she gives you a soft smile. Thank you, Iker. I needed those words. She gets up from the chair. Right.
So, we got some bunk beds.
We should probably go find the others, she said. I don't like being alone like this in such a dangerous place, she says.
You're right, you're right. Alright, I guess we look around to see if anything suspicious is going on.
Sure, make me a perception check.
Oh, 19!
19! Iker, as you get up, and you walk over, all of a sudden, this place seems kind of familiar to you as you look down the hallway. You vaguely remember, this room is rather close to the blood stockpiles. It's only maybe a couple corridors down.
Oh, okay. Quick DM side note.
Yes.
With potentially that much blood, how much blood would it take to make a blood dragon?
I'll say we'll know when we get there.
Okay.
So,
I relay this information to Penelope and be like, hey, the blood
stockpiles.
The blood stockpiles are really close to us. We need to go investigate that.
Right now, shouldn't we find the other members of our group before we go into the blood stockpiles?
Listen, we were randomly transported throughout the castle. I don't think that they're just going to let us be able to find each other. They definitely put us in this specific area for a reason.
You're right.
So I guess we need to just have hope that our friends are going to be able to survive and hopefully find our way back together. But for right now, we need to try to figure out what kind of game that they're really wanting to play.
Penelope sighs. All right, let's go see what these people are truly up to. And you guys start to head to the blood stockpiles. All right, next group. That'll be at the end of Iker and Penelope for now. Next, we have Nolai, Junifer, and Bon, played by me. All right. Nolai and Junifer, you two have been transported to another part of the first level of the church. Right now, you guys seem to be in a storage room. There are large boxes and barrels around you guys, and you can see that a lot of these boxes are simply labeled with, like, common items, mainly, like, food or drink or cups, but yeah, just like a standard stockpile room. You can see Bon kind of, like, grabs onto you, Nolai, to make sure that he doesn't fall over, because the transportation spells seem to kind of take the wind out of him. He just kind of shakes his head and looks up, and he just goes, "What happened?"
I'm not sure.
We were just in the main room, and then that Valterian man came out, and now we're here.
Yeah, we kind of just poofed.
Can Valterians just make you poof? Bond says, looking up at you, no lie, as if you know an answer.
She just kind of looks down at the kid and is like, I mean, apparently they can.
Alright. Right, Bond says, as he kind of takes a step back. I've never seen a Valterian soldier wearing that armor before. Most of the Valterians I saw in the boot camp were not as glittery as him. Anyways, we should probably go find the rest of our group?
That's probably smart.
Yeah.
Right, I'll let you guys go first, Bond says as he kind of like shuffles behind you two.
Okay.
Damn. Okay.
Take the lead.
He's a small 12-year-old boy and you're two 6-foot-tall buff women.
I know.
True.
Alright.
I can take the lead.
Alright. No lie will lead. So taking a closer look at the room, you can see there's a door right ahead of you guys. But yeah, most of the boxes, there's nothing really worth checking out in here. It's just a bunch of your basic supplies.
Okay. Bet. I mean, I guess if there's nothing like too interesting in this room, I'm gonna
Alright.
attempt to be sneaky-ish and peek out my head.
Cool. No lie, you go ahead and you peek your head outside the door. That appears to be a larger room. It appears to be a mess hall of some sort where the members will eat. And, you know, a cafeteria, if you will.
Right.
Any cultists or scary Valterian men? Bond calls over to you.
Is it empty?
It looks empty. There's the door on the other side of the room. You can see it's slightly ajar, but not fully open.
Okay.
We should watch how we step.
Yeah, I would, you know...
Also look up. We need to have eyes everywhere. We should all look in different directions.
Just in all places. Okay, I don't see anyone. I am going to assume that we're good.
Alright. No lie, you are the first to walk out the door. Junifer, you are the second. It looks clear. And Junifer, you turn around to beckon Bond, who's kind of like hiding behind the door. He's like barely looking out. Junifer, as you do so, I need you both to roll initiative.
Oh my god, bet!
Alright, so initiative is a d20 plus or minus your dexterity modifier. The plus or minus symbol.
Ooh, and we're starting good today. Okay, bet.
Alright, what'd you get?
21.
Okay. Oh, ho,
Yeah.
I'm also saying today. Alright. Junifer, what number did you get? 11? Okay.
Come on.
Alright.
Are
No
you
lie.
playing music?
Yes, it may just be a little quiet. You may need to
Okay.
bump it up a little bit. Alright. No lie and
There we go.
Junifer, as you both walk out, Junifer, you go to beckon Bond towards you, and he's like barely peeking around the door. And as you do so, no lie, you push Junifer out of the way as streaking right past you two, a sword barely misses Junifer. As landing in the middle of the room and turning around to face you two is the bounty hunter.
Oh, lovely.
You watch as the bounty hunter kind of stands up, and you can see they kind of like glint their sword in the lights before they turn and they point a finger at you, Junifer.
Oh. If it is who I think it is, dude, I'm gonna shit my pants.
All right. Junifer, no lie, I hope you guys are ready for a little mini boss battle.
No, let's fucking go.
The bounty hunter is first, and with incredible speed, the bounty hunter charges No Lie, and is going to make an attack. No Lie does a 18 hit you.
Damn it, that's my AC, yeah.
All right.
Great. Lay it on me.
No Lie take 9 points of slashing damage. The bounty hunter closes in on you with incredible speed, and they bring up their sword with incredible finesse, and get right past your great weapon as they slash your arm. You can see as you try to turn to fight or swing back at the bounty hunter, they've moved with such grace that they are like almost immediately behind you. And now the bounty hunter is going to make a second attack at Junifer. All right. And that's going to be a miss, because that's a 5, so there's no way that hits Junifer.
No.
Junifer, you see the bounty hunter coming at you, and you quickly account for how fast they're moving and their fighting style. As you move up your great weapon, and you're able to block the bounty hunter, and you watch as the bounty hunter kind of like does like a slight flip away from you to try and make distance between you two. No Lie, it is your turn.
Alright, I'm fucking raging on this bitch. If it is who I think it is, I'm gonna fucking need it.
Alright.
Alright, okay. And I guess I'm just fucking going for it.
Go in! Go in!
I'm gonna do my, barbarian fucking thing here in a minute.
Alright.
Hold on. You know what? 19?
That hits.
666. Okay, here we go. Let me go. Oh my god. 12. Lol. Okay.
Alright, so you did 12 points of damage?
What? No.
Oh, how much did you do?
I'm counting it up.
Oh, sorry. My bad. I thought you were telling me the number.
No. Okay, so for my first attack, because I have 2, 16
Okay.
damage. And then I'm fucking going at it again.
Alright, make a second attack.
Yeah. 17?
17 does not hit.
Fucking bullshit.
No Lie, you hit the bounty hunter with your first blow. You can see that it doesn't really like pierce their armor, but it dents it a little bit as they're kind of like thrown back a little bit from your blow, and you immediately try to go in for another one, but the bounty hunter just kind of sidesteps you with grace, and your great weapon kind of swings past them.
Great.
Junifer, it is your turn.
Protect child.
Bon is hiding in the storeroom right now. He ain't coming out.
Gotta blame him.
Protect storeroom. Attack man.
All right. Attack man. All right. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
8.
An 8, unfortunately, does not hit. Junifer, you also try to swing at the bounty hunter, but they duck under your blade. And now it is their turn. Alright, the bounty hunter is going to try and stab you, Junifer. That's another miss. You are able to dodge out of the way. The blade goes into the door of the storeroom, but the bounty hunter quickly pulls it out and wheels around to face you two again. The bounty hunter is now going to like do a leaping strike at No Lie.
Rude.
Does a 15 hit?
It does not. Go fuck yourself.
All right, the bounty hunter misses you as well as you're able to dodge out of the way. They are incredibly fast, but you're starting to kind of gather a rhythm with the way that they're fighting. Nola, your turn.
Alright, that. Okay, fucking. Oh shit, I hate math. Okay. Alright, well, 25.
That hits. Roll for damage.
Yeah. And I'm still raged. Woo! Okay, so for my first one, it's gonna be 17 points of damage.
All right.
And then... what is that? 26?
26 also hits.
Sick. I love barbarians. Nice. And then,
All right.
shit, I hate that. Sorry, hold on.
Oh no, you're good.
18 for the second hit.
All right. No lie, you have kind of figured out this bounty hunter, and you are able to go in during their blind spots and get another 2 clean hits in. One of them pierces flesh a little bit, and you hear the bounty hunter go, "Ugh," as they kind of make distance between you. You can see the bounty hunter is kind of like heavy breathing a little bit as they're looking at the two of you. And you can see they stand for a second as if they're listening to something before they reach into their side pouch and they throw a smoke bomb of black glittery smoke that fires in front of you two and blinds you guys for a second. And Junifer, as you sweep away through the smoke, the bounty hunter is gone.
Lovely.
Wow, my little bitch.
Not scared.
After that, you hear Bond call, "Is it okay to come out now?"
Yeah.
You're fine.
Bond slowly emerges and kind of pokes his head out. "What was that?"
Bad man.
"Bad man," Bond says as he fully steps out and kind of runs over to you two. "Well, I hope that was hopefully the last we saw of him. Should we
Probably not.
continue?"
Let's go.
Right. All right. The three of you walk across the mess hall, and you guys go ahead and you enter into another hallway. This time you guys see that this leads back into the main area you guys were just in, and you can see that there's currently no one present. You can still see the bodies of all the dead cultists lying around, but you can't see Mallory or Zotar or the mysterious bounty hunter anywhere. Or as a matter of fact, you can't even see any more cultists.
Sick.
Yeah, very epic.
Actually, do an actual check for this and
Yeah, go ahead and make me a roll.
investigation, right?
Yep.
Okay. 14.
Yeah, that actually works. No lie, as you're kind of looking around, you notice a tripwire at your feet, and you were maybe about to step on it, but you just stopped yourself, and you look up at the balcony that's right above you guys, and there was another one of those mini ballistas pointing down, ready to headshot whoever walked past the balcony.
Oh god. Okay. Yeah, I'm pointing that out to the group.
Well, good thing you saw that, Bond says, as he's kind of peering up and looking around to look at the ballista at a safe angle.
I've never been in a church before, but I don't believe these are my people.
No, I don't think a church that invests a lot in ballistas and weaponry is a church that can be trusted.
I would agree. Anyway. I move forward with caution.
All right. All right. You guys slowly step over the tripwire so that way you guys don't set it off. And you guys walk into the middle of the room again and kind of are at your original position before you got teleported. The door that Mallory, Zotar, and the bounty hunter walk through are now closed upstairs. But you can see there's also hallways on the second level that lead to different parts of the church. So, where would you guys like to go?
You know what? Guys, all you, Greg. You make the decision.
What was that? Sorry?
Juniper, you make the decision.
Hey, Juniper, where do you want to go?
Bruh!
New players, I gotta give you the chance to explore.
We gotta put you on the spot.
Exactly.
Uh,
There's no wrong answer.
Do you want to go middle, left, or right?
Left.
Left. All right. You guys go up
Here
the
we go.
stairs, deciding not to go through the door that Mallory, the bounty hunter, and Zotar went through. You guys instead go to the left, and you open up the doors there. As you guys walk through, you guys can see that you're in a hallway that leads down. And no lie, I need you to make me a dexterity check.
Oh, fucking course we do. Give me a moment. August, have I mentioned how much I missed playing with you?
I love being an evil DM.
Actually, I have a pretty fucking good dex. Holy shit. 21! Woo!
No lie, as you go to open the door, you hear a click and you immediately step out of the way. Juniper, you pull Bon aside as well as a ballista arrow right past you all and lands in the wall behind you guys. As you look down the hallway, you can see there's another ballista set up.
Yay, we didn't die.
Bon just kind of like confused just says, when did they have time to set up all this stuff? He can't say fuck, he's a child.
He can say fuck.
I mean, he
yeah.
could.
He can't say fuck yet. He can't say fuck yet. His mom said no.
Yeah.
His mom Arya said no. He can't say fuck. He can't say the F word.
Fine, we'll respect
No, for
her.
real, no, she would. Okay, she would say that. She would be like, no cursing.
Bond just
Well,
goes,
respect.
what the frick was, how the frick did they set all these up?
Don't know, don't really care. I just want to find our group and get the fuck out of here, honestly.
Agreed, Bond says. Alright, you guys continue down the hallway, and you guys take another left.
I'm doing it with caution.
Yes, you guys are doing it cautiously. You're doing it cautiously.
I'm doing everything cautiously.
After a bit of walking, you guys don't notice any more ballistas set up. After a while, you guys do get to what appears to be a barracks / sleeping room. Looks like someone's already been in here.
Lovely.
Maybe we're close to our team? That, or we're close to more cultists.
You know, either way is a good time.
True.
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna snoop a little bit.
Around the barracks room?
Yeah, I just kind of want to see like what's around. I'm not really gonna do like thorough snooping. I just kind of want to like look around and see what's around.
There's no one in this barracks room. You can see a door open that leads to another hallway. Down the hallway, you can see 2 more ballistas set up, but they're like facing the other direction and they seem to have already fired off. You can also see that it looks like 2 chairs were pulled up next to the fireplace for a second. That's all about you see in this room.
Interesting.
That means that it was probably someone that commonly comes in here, so it was probably one of the cultists.
Probably. Want to keep going?
Maybe not in the same direction that the cultists might have been in.
Is there only one door that leads out? Like, not
Yes.
including the door that we came in.
Yeah, so there's a door that you guys came in. Sorry, let me explain this a little better. So you guys were walking down a hallway, and then you guys came to this room. You guys took a peek in. So you can still continue down the hallway you're already going down, or you could go down the other hallway with the 2 set-off ballistas that have already fired.
I feel like the cultists would know where everything is set up, so they wouldn't fire all of the ballistas. So I'm gonna say that we should go down the place where the ballistas were fired.
Okay.
Okay.
That's where my logic's going. You know what I mean?
You guys walk
Yeah.
up to the 2 set-off ballistas. You can see one appear to miss the target, another hits. You can see a little bit of blood on the floor. And you take a farther look down the hallway, and you can see that it's just a dead end.
Wait,
Weird.
does that mean what's his face was here? Sorry, I probably can't. I don't know.
No, you're good. That's the whole point. This is the whole fun of it. Interesting. Okay, so wait, this hallway, this just leads to a dead end then?
Yeah, so it leads to a dead end, and then someone turned the corner, and then there were the 2 ballistas. They both shot. One missed, one hit. There's some blood on the floor. You guys, and then behind you guys is the barracks room where 2 people pulled up the chairs to sit down
Is
for a
there a
second.
blood trail?
A little bit. It appears to stop at a certain point.
How far does it go? I want to follow it.
It just goes into the barracks room.
So it goes back where we came from.
Yeah.
So do you? I don't know. Man.
Oh, wait. So, okay, so it was the barracks room, and then is there any other place? I'm so confused! Holy shit! Okay.
Guys,
You're so
guys,
bad,
it's the room. It's the place Iker and Penelope were.
Okay, that's what I thought.
All right.
We shouldn't know that because, like.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Technically, you
don't
guys
know that.
don't know
We're
that.
trying to figure it out.
Yes, you guys are trying to figure it out.
Okay, then we
I'm
should
like trying to figure
investigate the
out
blood.
how I'm going to get No Lie to figure that the fuck out.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
Mrs. does.
if you want to investigate the blood, yeah, make me an investigation check.
Bet. Fucking mint. Wait, what check am I doing for you?
You were investigating the blood on the floor.
Okay, 19.
Nolai, as you bend down to look at the pool of blood on the floor, you're kind of a little recoiled as you watch as the blood kind of like moves a little bit, and then kind of like falls back down.
Ew. That sounds super similar to someone else I know.
That sounds a lot like this other motherfucker I know.
That sounds really familiar. I can't put my finger on why though. Great. Okay, so you know that Iker came through here now. Lovely. Okay. Now what?
Well, you guys can continue going down the same pathway that they probably took, or you guys can double back and go through one of the other doors.
I'm gonna try to find them because we're trying to regroup. So I'm gonna go the way that I think that they went.
All right. You guys will be following Penelope and Iker to the blood stock rooms, and that'll be it for your guys'. All right.
Great.
Otto, Pilar, and Mari. Alrighty. You 3 are teleported into a study room, and almost immediately as you guys are teleported, all the lights are killed. Mari, you immediately feel Pilar grab your hand, and immediately the lights light back up. Mari, it is just you. But you're not in the same room that you were just teleported to. You're in, like, a hallway. Pilar isn't there. Otto isn't there. And you hear a familiar voice behind you that you begrudgingly turn around to that says, "You do know you're still working for us, right, Mari?" Mari, you turn around to see Mallory staring at you. He has his helmet on.
Hello, Mallory. It's great to see you again.
The feeling's mutual, Mallory says. So, how is your information gathering going in Pearl Nest?
Well, I got a bit sidetracked.
I can tell. You're at a place you're not supposed to be, Mallory says as he walks forward.
Didn't know.
Well,
Oops.
you know, honestly, I should be thanking you, as you brought to me 2 champions. Obviously, you didn't even know that's what you were doing, but I always have a little way of knowing exactly where you are, Mari. He points to the inside of his mouth, and he sticks his tongue out, kind of mocking the Valterian tattoo you have on your tongue.
Well, I guess one of us got a positive out of this situation.
Yes, honestly, like I said, I should be thanking you. As you know, currently, we're trying to gather up the God's champions, and what do you know? You brought them right to my doorstep, so really, I can't thank you enough. And it almost turns out that your contract with us is almost up as well.
Well, the pleasure is all mine.
That being said, for these last 3 months, you're still under my jurisdiction. Now, Mari, I have to ask you something. And you don't have to answer me if you don't want to. I'm a very, I don't like to push.
Of course.
That little suit of armor that's been following you around, I believe his name is Rolar or Kamar, whatever you call it. It's curious to me, because it doesn't seem to be a living person, Mallory says as he kind of walks up. It almost seems like it's a soul, or a person that was wrongfully kept here from the afterlife. Now, I may just be taking a shot in the dark here, but of course, death is Sidar's jurisdiction and his rule. It just is curious to me that someone like you would have powers like that. Do you get what I'm getting at?
I do. And Mallory, you have to remember who I am. Remember all of the missions that I've already done for y'all. Of course I would have some sort of ability.
That is true. But before you said Pilar was nothing special. He was simply just a smaller man. And that is true, you've performed jobs for us, but as of late, I've just noticed that things seem to be a little different. Your magic is a little more revealing, Mallory says as he stares at you. Now, of course, the champion of death has already been chosen. He's already out there, a man named Halgrim. But of course, anyone with god magic is someone that interests me, Mallory says as he looks up with you with his sharp eyes. I'm not accusing you of anything, but if you have any connection to the gods, I would certainly hope you wouldn't be keeping it from me. Would you, Mari?
I will assure you that if I had known anything, I would have told you by now.
Of course, you are, of course, an incredibly loyal spy. And I'm assured that you are going to do good work in these last 3 months. After that, your contract is up, and you are technically no longer employed by the Valterian military. But just know that any lying or treason, even if you're not officially a Valterian while you're under Valterian rule, would technically count as treason. And that would earn you a death penalty.
I understand.
Good. Then we are on the same page, Mallory says. I'll leave you to go find your little friends and have your little fun.
It's a pleasure to
yes,
see you again,
Mallory. Of course. I assure you that that fire girl and that half-orc nature girl won't be leaving here. At least not without my say-so, Mallory says.
Of course.
While this is happening, Otto and Pilar. The room flashes. Mari is gone. You watch as Pilar looks to his left, looks to his right, And then he looks at you, Otto, and just goes, huh?
Yeah, me too, bud. Where the fuck are we?
I am not sure. We were looking at the strange little dragon man, and then he said some weird little things, and now we're here. Oh, little goblin man. And Pilar walks up, and his arm is kind of creaking. A piece of me is close.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but sounds promising.
A piece of me is very close, little goblin man. Please come on, come follow me. And Pilar turns around and starts walking forward.
Oh, the big ass mech.
All right. Otto, you follow Pilar as you guys exit this little study room, and you guys enter into another hallway. You see Pilar stand still for a second and just goes, "This way. It's close," he says as he continues to run forward. Otto, please make me a perception check.
Do I have to?
Oh, yes, you do. I wonder what he's making a perception check for.
My perception is level -3.
Oh,
so.
God.
Alright. -2. Okay, so that's not bad. It's a 16.
All right.
18 -2.
Otto, from your high chair, you notice a tripwire, and you stop Pilar before he continues to walk forward. Pilar and Otto look to the side to see that there is another ballista set up, ready to shoot. Oh, why thank you, Otto.
I'll be having that.
You'll be having that? He says a little.
Take the ballista.
Make me a strength check.
With the mech.
Okay, have advantage.
Damn straight. Alright, so that's a 16.
Oh yeah, no, that works. That works.
Yeah, no, that's a 22.
Yeah. Otto, you just walk over and you just pick up the ballista. Do you need a ballista, Otto? Pilar says.
No, but I want one. Do you want one?
Are you gonna
I can get
attach it
another
to your
one?
mech suit and have like a big ballista arm that goes pew?
I mean, maybe. I was considering giving it to No Lie. If it would fit on my back, I think. You know, she just crouch down, shoot a big fuck off ballista bolt.
Does
That's
No
a
Lie
better
want to
idea, though.
carry around a giant ballista? She seems to travel kind of light.
Have you ever considered having a giant ballista is cool?
That is fair. You know, if there were bad people coming at us, shooting a ballista at them would definitely do some good things.
Pilar?
All right, we'll take the
You want
ballista.
Ballista?
Sure. And Pilar holds out his hands to take the ballista. Again, Pilar's like 5 feet. It's like 5 foot. He's very small. He's not very big.
This is fair. This is fair.
Do you still
I
want to give him
strap
the ballista?
to his back
Okay.
and give him a tripod.
You give the ballista to Pilar, and he immediately falls back. He's just an empty suit of armor, so he doesn't really have like a lot of like internal weight. So he just kind of falls back with the ballista, and he just goes, "Is this how it's supposed to work, Otto?" He says as he's trying to
For me,
get up.
I pick up Pilar and am going to use him as a crossbow for the rest of the session.
Perfect. Good thing Mari's not here. All right. Pilar
This
points
is
forward and
exactly
says,
why I'm doing-
"Forward, my mighty steed! I can sense a piece of me is close."
Use him like a fucking divining.
Otto, as you and Pilar continue, Pilar starts to speak to you. So tell me, Otto, what did you do before you met up with my friends?
Oh, I went to college.
Oh, where'd you go?
Excellent question. DM, I forgot.
I'm pretty sure it was just like the National Guild of Engineers. I'm pretty sure that's what we came up with. Just like the Guild of
Yeah.
Engineers. Yeah.
Let's go with that.
Yeah. The Guild of Engineers. That sounds good. All right.
The
Oh,
National College, the Guild of Engineers.
so you're an engineer, he says as he looks down at your
More or
mech
less.
suit. That's so
I technically have 3 PhDs, mostly in metallurgy, but engineering works too. Too much math for mine, but math
that's
is for nerds.
That's cool. Mari never went to college. She just did magic stuff, but I don't think she went to school for it.
I mean, no shit in that. College is for everyone.
Yeah. Is there a college for magic? Do you know, Otto? Otto, there is no such thing as a college for magic, because magic is so fucking rare that it basically is non-existent.
Yeah, there is, little buddy. Yeah, there is.
Oh, maybe Mari can go to that college after we're done here, and she can learn more spells.
Yeah, she can go to the big college in the sky.
That sounds amazing. Oh, take a right here, he says as he points. Did you have any friends in college, Otto?
Grudgingly, yes.
Ooh, do tell.
I would rather not, tiny robot man.
Why not? If he's your friend, why don't you want to talk about him?
He betrayed me, I would say.
Oh.
He stole our invention. He ran to the Voltarians with it, and when I did the same thing, they turned me away, saying, "Oh, you stole his invention." Not like we worked on the same thesis project for our fucking class. No, sir. Not like we were research partners in the battery. No.
It seems like you have a lot of spite against this person, and they don't really sound like a friend.
Hey, even his perfect fucking hair. He's so...
What was his name?
Just because he's a fucking gnome. Drusel. His name is Drusel.
Drusel. Oh, wait. Wasn't it Dresden?
I have no fucking clue.
I think it was Dresden.
It's been so long.
It was Dresden.
Let's pretend I say Dresden.
Dresden. Yeah, it was Dresden. Dresden? Oh, that's the name on those new Valtarian guns. Did you see them?
Yes.
Yeah. I saw them in the shop when I went with Mari. The dude was like, "Oh yeah, we got these new firearms for the Valtarian military, and on the names and big golden letters was Dresden Incorporated."
Of course it's incorporated. What a fucking pansy.
Well, it seems to me like you have a lot of talking to do with this Dresden person. Maybe you guys could work out a deal and he could give you 50-50.
No thanks. See, we have differing philosophies on this fucking mana battery. His whole thing is just a quick violence explosion, and anytime you want to take your time with it and just let it happen, it's too forced, you know?
Yeah. You know, I don't know how Mari made me. I just kind of woke up, and then I was in a metal body. But you know, it's actually kind of fun being made out of metal.
No one asks to be born, little robot. I've had his head again.
Awesome. Take a left here. Otto, you and Pilar walk past what appears to be a barracks room that you can see multiple people have come in and out of.
Man, this is a nice barracks.
This is a nice barracks. Do you want to go inside the barracks, or do you want to keep walking?
I'm going... So they would reasonably have a crossbow bolt pointed at the door, right?
Maybe. Yeah.
Must risk that. I'm just gonna burst through the wall.
Okay. Make me a strength check.
With my mech?
Yes, with your mech. And no, you won't have an advantage because there's no way a tiny goblin will be able to burst through the wall in the first place. The mech allows you to burst through the wall.
It's okay. That was a 12.
I'd say it takes a few poundings, but you're able to... Also, everyone else, you guys just hear... throughout the church, and you all, like, look around. Otto, you burst into the barracks, and it's an armory. No one's in here, but you can see there's lots of swords and spears and axes all set up. Whoa!
It was rock hard right now.
Weapons, Pilar says as he looks around.
Is there an empty sack anywhere?
Yeah, there's plenty of empty sacks.
I grab an empty stack and I start filling it with as much steel as I can find.
Otto, isn't that stealing?
Yeah, damn straight.
I guess they're bad
Stealing
people, so I guess it
for
technically
winners.
doesn't count. All right, Otto. After you
isn't for people, fast little buddy.
Otto, after you gather a lot of very nice, I should say, very nice quality weaponry, you guys continue back down the hallway. Eventually, after a couple more twists and turns, you guys arrive at the same kind of sleeping rest area that the other party members were at. And you can see that multiple people have been through here. Pilar points forward. Down there! I sense the fragment of me is close. Very close.
Well, all right. Who might have begrudged a little robot friend? Am I right?
Yes. Oh, if you help me get this piece of me, it'll be great. I'll be so happy, Pilar says.
Well, good. Let's go.
All right, Otto and Pilar, you guys, or Otto, you continue to walk towards the blood storerooms. All right, Mari, one more little thing with you. Mari, Mallory leaves you in the hallway. He doesn't teleport you back or anything. And as you continue to walk to try and find Pilar or anyone else in your party, you hear a voice creep up in the back of your mind. You know, he is right about one thing. I have picked my champion. And it's not you, Mari.
Do you think I'm stupid? Do you think I don't already know this?
Well, given the deal that you made with me, yes, I would think that you are quite stupid. But
Listen,
I continue to let you play this game.
I'm helping you a little bit, and you're helping me. As long as I'm getting something in return, then I'm completely fine.
Oh, don't you worry, my little Mari. You will have your precious Pilar back. He will be alive and well, and you guys can live out the rest of your days in love and happiness. That is if you can find all of him. The voice cackles in the back of your mind. But let me just make one thing clear, Mari. You are borrowing my power. You're not like Halgrim. Oh no, you could never be like him. He's something else. You are just a naive little girl who wanted power. And now you're here, as my little pawn. I just want you to remember your place.
Of course.
Well, go along. I can tell Pilar is close to finding one of the pieces to the puzzle. He should be quite ecstatic. And you two will be one step closer to forgetting this whole horrible past. And I'm so excited to see it, Mari. I'm so excited. Sidar says. At this, Sidar leaves the back of your mind. Mari, you continue to walk through the hallways. Please make me a perception check.
Of course. Let me grab my dice. Okay, that's gonna be a dirty 20.
Right. Mari, you instantly see one of the tripwires and you notice the ballista, and you just kind of quickly step over it. It's just a waste of your time as you continue to walk down the halls. After a bit of walking, you notice more ballistas, some set off, some not set off. And after a bit of walking, you walk past a barracks that had been bursted into. There's a hole in the wall. And after a bit more walking, you arrive at a rest area / living quarters that seems to have been walked through a lot. And there's a hallway directly in front of you.
Alright, I'm just gonna keep walking.
All right. Mari continues to walk to the blood stock rooms. Iker, Penelope are the first two to the blood stock rooms. Iker, you can unmute if you want. Actually, before we get into this, because this is going to be a pretty big moment, I think we should take a small break. So yeah, I'd say we should take 5 real quick because we have a lot of stuff to get through, like right now. So we're gonna take 5. Go shit, go piss, go do whatever. Be back here in like 5 minutes. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break, everyone. Be back here in like 5 minutes.
Hot pocket.
Pilar into a weapon.
I'm rewatching Breaking Bad and I forgot how awesome this was. ADHD go burr. How's it? Oh, everybody muted. Damn.
Muted. Fuck you. Yes, back. Yes, back. Damn it.
Okay, I am back. I will.
Back, Sam.
Excellent.
I'm back.
Excellent.
Oh.
We will wait for the others to come back before we go
Okay.
into this.
You guys
All right,
hear me?
Juniper is back. Icar's back. We're just waiting on Lee to make his hot pocket.
So, real quick, I wanted to tell you guys this. I had picked up some manga from Books A Million today, and apparently they've made like a horny My Dress Up Darling. It's called My 2.5 Dimensional Seduction, and it is the weirdest manga that I have ever read. And then there's Wicked Trapper, Hunter of Heroes.
Well, that's
On my hot pocket.
all right.
Listen, I can't help that Books A Million had a buy two get one free sale.
All right, let's get into it, guys.
Stop being horny.
Let's get right
No.
into it. All right,
God.
No.
Iker needs to
Iker.
go to horny jail,
Icar, stop being
honestly.
horny because you're with Penelope. You can be horny to her.
What?
All right, Icar.
No, leave her
Fictional.
alone.
I don't have a real girlfriend, so I am using this fictitious one to satisfy all my needs.
That sounds like a personal problem for us.
Wait, that just means I need to date August. Hold on.
Oh,
Oh
oh.
my
Down.
god.
Okay, you fuckers. We're continuing the story. All right, we have a lot done. We have a lot to do. Icar, you and Penelope
Yes.
are the first to the blood storerooms. As you walk down the hall, you can see there is this incredibly large wooden door. And as you guys approach it, Iker, you start to go a little hazy a little bit. Like, you feel slightly weak as you get closer and closer to the door. Penelope looks to you and says, Iker, are you alright?
Something's wrong.
The haziness kind of leaves you, and you're back to normal again.
That was odd.
Are you sure that I cauterized your wound right?
I looked down and
It looks fine.
yeah, I was about to say if it looks fine, yeah, I think you did a pretty decent job. I mean, I can protect myself from bleeding out because I
Well,
can just
that's-
control my blood, but I mean,
That's
I don't like having an open wound in my body.
yeah, that's good, Penelope says. So I guess these are the blood storerooms.
I would suppose so. Let's go on in and see what is afoot.
You first.
Okay, so I push the big old door open and
Iker, you open the
see what's
doors.
inside.
This is the largest room in the entire church. There are shelves upon shelves upon shelves full of tiny little blood vials. Not that large, maybe about the size of like a test tube. They're all corked and labeled. As you guys walk in, you can see that some of the shelves have tubes missing. Some of them have them back in stock. But you can see every single shelf area is labeled.
I guess we look around.
All right. I won't have you roll a perception check since you just have to read things.
Yeah.
All right. The first area, or the first kind of section, is primarily common races. You have human blood, dwarf blood, elf blood, drow blood, half-orc blood. And you can see that some of these are more in stock than others. It seems like the majority of the blood vials here are of common races. But there are also uncommon races. You have Goliath blood, Kenku blood. You have Fey blood. You will notice, though, there is no tiefling blood. There's not a section for tieflings. Iker, as you're walking through, you get that strange, hazy feeling again, but except this time it's a bit stronger, and you feel like you hear faint words in the back of your mind just say, "You're a thief."
Here we go again.
Iker, are you okay? Penelope says. I'm starting to really worry. You're pale.
I'll be fine. It's just I feel as if an old friend is gonna make an appearance.
Look, maybe we should just cut our losses and leave. I don't know if... I mean, we haven't seen any cultists. We haven't seen the bounty hunter or Zotar or Mallory. Maybe we could just leave.
We could, but I also want to know, since they have my blood, if there's any information on it, to try to understand a little bit more about what is actually in me and why I'm able to do what I'm able to do.
Penelope sighs. Right, so let's keep looking.
Listen, I'll give you your epic romantical kiss at the end of this whole thing. Let's just get through this.
What?
Nothing. All right, so we're gonna walk towards the eye section. See if there's a area that's labeled alphabetically.
As you walk through the aisles, one by one, the closer and closer you get to the section with the initial D, the more and more hazier your mind becomes. Iker. Iker, you stop at the start of the aisle with the letter D. You can see that there are multiple vials. All the way in the back, something calls to you. Iker, are you okay? Penelope says again.
Yeah, just got a really weird feeling about this one. And then I walk towards the back section of that aisle.
As you walk closer, Iker, further and further, all of a sudden, you fall to your knees, almost involuntarily. You hear Penelope cry out, Iker! But her voice fades off. Iker, you blink. You're in the middle of a large black lake. The water ripples as you move. You can see trees, dark black trees with branches that stretch out like skeletal arms all around you. And you can see hundreds and hundreds of ravens all sitting on them, staring at you. One of them speaks. You're a thief, a thieving little mortal.
I stole nothing. Do you think, honestly, that I wanted this from anyone, even you?
Then you would off yourself. My powers are not worthy of someone like you. All the ravens' eyes glow as they all stare at you in unison.
Listen, yo mama, but I did not choose this. We've talked like this before, and still you say the same thing. I'm not going to kill myself, because why would I kill myself for something that was involuntary given to me? Okay? I'm having to live with this, and I'm also having to live with you being annoying as absolute fuck. So, why don't you understand that, and hopefully me work towards a goal to, if not get rid of it, but have you a little bit more understanding about me using your power?
At this, the crows all begin squawking as if they're laughing at you. Work with you? I have existed for thousands of years, Iker. I have seen all types of people and commanded all types of people. But it seems for now, I am bound to you. Although, maybe you could be more help than I thought. At this, Iker, through the waters, you see a vial drift closer and closer to you, but it's face down so the label doesn't show. Take it, Iker. Take it.
I reach out for the vial and grab it.
Iker, you grab the vial. It is empty. You pick up the vial and turn it towards you to read the name. And as you read it in your mind, all the crows speak out as one. Sartosa. At this, Iker, you are jumped back into the middle of the blood stock rooms. You see the vial with the name Sartosa in your hand, empty. And as you're barely able to process this, you hear Penelope cry behind you, Iker! Iker, you turn around to see Penelope is being held, and you can see the bounty hunter has their blade to Penelope's throat.
So that's how it is. I stand up and I call out to him, let that really, really beautiful girl go.
The bounty hunter doesn't say anything. They merely just begin to walk backwards with Penelope.
I take off in a full sprint and I try to tackle the bounty hunter.
Make me an attack roll.
Haha, 10.
The bounty hunter simply sidesteps you and kind of pushes you on the back as they turn around. Iker, we won't roll for initiative. It'll just be you and the bounty hunter. What do you wish to do?
So he's got a hood, doesn't he?
Yeah. It's currently down though.
Okay, so can I perhaps swing like a blade at his head, trying to like
Yeah, just like a regular blade or one of your blood blades.
My blood blades.
All right. Go ahead and make a roll.
Oh wow, that's cool. 10.
Iker, you summon a blood blade, and you swing it at the bounty hunter, but they're able to dodge it. As the bounty hunter deflects your blood blade, Iker, you hear the bounty hunter mutter, "What?" as they kind of turn around and jump back from you. You can see that they still have Penelope in their arms, and they're just kind of pointing their sword at you, telling you to stay back. You see that the bounty hunter's posture has changed a little bit. They're now a little bit more on edge after seeing your blood weapon. Iker, what do you do?
I attack again.
All right.
But I make a longer sword and like make it look like really scary looking.
Make me an attack roll with advantage.
Okay. Whoop. That's a nat 1, baby.
Well, you have advantage, so you can roll again. You pick the higher number. Wait, was that... Did you roll 2 nat 1s?
No.
Okay.
So I rolled a nat 1 and then I immediately rolled an 18. But with a proficiency bonus, it's a dirty 20.
Iker, you quickly charge the bounty hunter again. They seem kind of off their game all of a sudden as you throw them out into the middle of the hallway and you knock the bounty hunter's sword out of their hand as Penelope falls to the ground. At this point, Otto and Pilar turn the corner of one of the sides, and you can see that right behind Otto and Pilar is the rest of the party as they're turning right as this happens. You can see that Iker has the bounty hunter on the floor. With Iker, you're kind of pointing your sword at the bounty hunter. Iker, what do you do?
I use the tip of my sword to unmask this rascallion to see who I'm fighting.
Who is it? Who is it?
All right, I need everyone to mute. We're going to do a little bit of role-playing right here.
No.
Oh, I am?
Everyone mute. No. Everyone
Oh,
mute.
God.
This is going to be a little bit of a double cutscene.
Okay.
And I need everyone to stay muted, please. As this is all happening, the scene changes. You can see that 2 figures are walking through the forest. One of the figures speaks. Halgrim. Look, I barely know you, and I assure you whatever you saw was probably just some figment of your imagination. Halgrim looks over. Ezekiel, I know what I saw. I need to speak to her. She's probably not even home, Halgrim. How would you... Come on. The 2 of them walk up to an older house and knock on the door. Ezekiel is standing there with his arms crossed as Halgrim waits. The door is open. Halgrim? Ezekiel? A small, fragile-sounding voice says. Ezekiel speaks first. It's good to see you, Arya. Arya, Halgrim says. I need to speak with you. Arya looks stunned for a second. Halgrim, what are you... Arya, Halgrim says. He speaks a word, and Arya's eyes open wide. Iker, as you go to unmask the bounty hunter, with incredible fast motion, Iker, you are knocked off the bounty hunter as they quickly pull a knife out of their side and they slit their hand. And you all hear the words, Infernal Art, Bound Blood Weapon. Iker, you are immediately thrown off your side as the bounty hunter materializes a sword made out of pure blood, exactly like yours, and deflects your blade right as you slice up and cut the bounty hunter's mask in half. Iker, you back away as you clutch your side. The bounty hunter sliced you right across the arm. Iker, you're now standing across from the bounty hunter, now demasked. Staring at you, Iker, is a tiefling woman. She has soft, pink skin, shorter hair. You can see that she's shaven her horns all the way down to the bottom. And you can see that she has a incredibly gnarly scar across her throat. Iker, what do you do?
So there's another that can use blood weapons. I see.
The bounty hunter points her weapon at you. How did you get those powers? She says.
Well, shit. I mean, I don't know. Look at the people you're working for. Yeah. So they forced this on me. They thought it was gonna kill me, and it ended up giving me the ability to do what you can do. Yeah. So thank the little guy that's put us all here.
You see that the bounty hunter lowers her blood sword for a minute and mutters to herself, I'm sorry, but I need to take that girl, and I may need to take your life as well. You may be too dangerous to live. As the bounty hunter says this, the rest of you run down the hallway, and you hear Bon yell, Penelope! You see that the bounty hunter turns and sees Bon, and she just goes, what? As she sees Bon run up to Penelope and kind of help her up to her feet. Iker, you kind of sidestep back over to your party. You're all staring at this bounty hunter, unmasked. What do you guys want to do?
What is your name?
Kidding, Chrissy cracked! Oh my god! Sorry. Holy shit. Oh my god. I'm like panicking. That was amazing, August. First of all, holy shit.
Shits and cracks.
No, I kid you not. Lee and I called and reacted to that together. Okay.
Bro, what?
Fuck. I think I'm just gonna go stand by the kid. Because I don't know who this person is.
You
I'm
see,
gonna make sure Penelope's okay.
Yeah. Bon is seen staring at this woman, and he looks incredibly confused. And he just goes, who are you? He says. You watch as the bounty hunter takes a step back, and her blood weapon begins to dematerialize, as you guys hear clapping behind her from the other direction. Well, well, well. This, unfortunately, is not what I had planned, Mallory says as he walks up behind the bounty hunter. You see that the bounty hunter immediately turns to Mallory and says, we had a deal, Mallory. Why is he here? And she points a finger at Bon. You said you wouldn't touch any of them. Well, unfortunately, Lenore. And you watch as Mallory kind of like runs a finger down Lenore's face. Unfortunately for you, your sister committed horrific war crimes, so I simply had to take a little piece, Mallory says. You see that the bounty hunter, named Lenore, takes a step back for a second. Don't forget the mission, Lenore, Mallory said. You are to gather those god champions for me. Lenore looks over at Bon, and then back at Mallory. We had a deal, she said. And the deal stays the same. Get me the god champions, and you can take Bon home to his mother, Mallory says. In this moment, if any of you want to take actions, cause a distraction, make anything go boom,
Man,
do it right now.
Fucking take a blood spear and throw this thing at him so hard.
I
shoot
disagree
Pilar.
with that wholeheartedly.
All right. We'll go down the line. Nola, you're taking Bon and running, right?
I just want to get the child to safety. I don't know who these people are. So yeah.
Okay. Otto, you want to shoot the ballista Pilar?
Yes, I do.
Do you want to shoot it at Mallory?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And Iker, what are you doing?
I am making a blood spear and I am throwing it as like fast and as hard as possible at Mallory.
All right, Juniper, Mari, do you two want to do anything?
I run with the child also.
All right.
I'm casting invisibility on the child.
All right.
Then we don't need to run. We don't need to run with the child then if the child's invisible. I'm saying.
Iker.
No, still, y'all probably need to go.
Yeah. Iker, Otto, make me your attack rolls at Mallory.
11.
11?
Plus 2 is 13.
13, okay.
Lee, I'm so sorry. I rolled a nat 1.
Oh.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn.
No.
Immediately, like a flash, no lie, Juniper, you both grab Bon each by one arm and start sprinting the other direction as Mari casts invisibility on him. Man. Iker, you go ahead and you throw a blood spear at Mallory. At the exact same time, Otto shoots a bolt from the Pilar Ballista. You watch as they both swing, like, whiz past Lenora. She takes a step back for a second, shocked. And you watch as these strange shadows kind of shoot out of the ground and stop both of the bolts and the spear in midair. You see Mallory just kind of grunts. Ugh. Well, this is annoying, Mallory says as he just kind of throws both of the attacks to the side like they were nothing. Lenore, I hope that you aren't going to try and betray the Valterians again, are you? Mallory says as he looks over at Lenore, and you can see Lenore is just, like, shocked and confused. She's just like, One of the god champions is running away, Lenore. It was your signed duty to bring her to me, Mallory says as he steps closer. Can
I insert real quick? What does you have any idea on why you need these god champions? Like, what high horse do you fucking sit on to think, oh, god champions exist? Oh, I need them for some secret purpose. Like, who the fuck are you, dog? I mean, look, you literally wearing black armor with sparkles on it. You ain't hard.
Mallory just kind of looks over at you, Iker, and he just says, because I'm the rightful owner of all magic, Mallory says, and he's gonna cast.
You
and
narcissistic son of a fucking bitch.
And he's gonna cast a spell at you, Iker. That's a 22.
It doesn't hit.
It doesn't hit.
I'm joking.
Iker, take 15 points of bludgeoning damage as Mallory just kind of swings his hand in the air and hits you with a giant gust of wind that sends you flying back, and you slam into the back wall and fall to the ground.
Much?
15.
Oh my god.
Penelope turns around and says, Iker! And she runs over and she grabs them. And she just looks over at the rest of the party and just says, run! As she grabs Iker and Penelope begins to run down the hallway.
So am I knocked out at this point? I mean,
Yeah.
that kind of like took me down to a quarter of my health.
You're almost knocked out. Mari, Nolai, Otto, what are you three doing?
Again.
Oh wait, you're gone. Yeah. Otto, Mari, what are you two doing?
I'm gonna tear off the ballista from Pilar's back so he can run himself.
Alright.
I'm going to ball toss it at Mallory.
Alright. And Mari?
Yo, I'm just gonna go.
Alright. Otto, you rip the ballista off of Pilar's back and throw it at Mallory, and again the shadows just kind of shoot out of the ground and stop the ballista before it falls on him, and you all begin to sprint down the hall. Well, this isn't going to plan at all, Mallory said. And you can see that, Mari, you look back to try and look at Lenore, and you see that she's just, like, against the wall, just kind of leaning against it, looking down. Mallory walks past Lenore and turns to her and just says, We'll discuss your questioning loyalty later, good soldier, he says, as he begins to kind of phase into the floor with shadows and disappear from Lenore's sights. The rest of you are currently sprinting through the church at maximum speed. I need each and every single one of you to make me dexterity checks right now.
I'm back.
Well, it's a good thing I'm knocked out because I got a 3.
Okay, Mari, what did you get?
19.
Junifer, what did you get?
Can you roll one for me?
Yeah, I got you. All right. 13. Otto, what did you get? 8? 9. Noli, what did you get?
I'm doing a dex, right?
Yes.
Dirty 20.
All right. And then... Okay. Everyone but Otto passed.
Good.
Otto, as you're running, you accidentally trip one of the wires, and one of the ballistas that hadn't been set off yet fires at you. Go ahead and take 10 points of piercing damage as the bolt like slams through your mech suit like cockpit and kind of like skins the side of your cheek a little bit as it shoots into your cockpit.
9 points, you said?
10 points.
10 points.
Otto, you continue to run. Penelope, Iker, as you two are running, you guys see that strange shadows begin to materialize on the floor around you all, but Penelope rolled high enough, and she's able to kind of just like throw you forward over the side of the stairs leading down to the main entry hall as she kind of jumps down and like stops your forward momentum from falling too fast down the stairs as the shadows just barely miss you two as they kind of like reach up to try and grab her. Junifer, you're also able to barely dodge these shadows that have started to materialize around you as these dark shadows try to grab at you, but you're able to just kind of muscle your way through them, staying with the rest of the group.
Yay.
You all run through the main hall and out the front door. You're all taken aback at the sudden shine of sunlight as the sun begins to dim in the distance a little bit. And you all are catching your breaths before you can see that Mallory materializes in front of you all from the shadows. "Where do you all think you're going?" he says, looking at you all.
Away.
Well, I like cutting deals, so I can cut a deal with you all. I simply need the girl with red hair and the half-orc. Give them to me, and the rest of you can go free. Even you, Iker. You can be free of this church forever, he says.
Y'all better fucking not.
Listen, I know you, and with how entitled that you seem, like your whole "I need all magic, I have blood magic," you're obviously not going to let me go, so that was a lie. We're cutting a deal. I mean, it's better that we take our chances and all of us gang up on you and attack you at once instead of cutting a deal and then trying to leave.
Mallory just kind of shrugs. Unfortunately, I know when I'm beat, he says as he backs away slowly. There is no way even I, a dragon fang of the Valtarian military, could possibly take on so many strong and powerful individuals, especially 2 god champions, he says as he gestures over to Junifer and Penelope. I'm way, way out of my league here. Way out of my league, he says. I apologize so much for wasting your guys' time, he says as he takes a long, dramatic bow. I'll make sure to stay out of all of your business.
Okay, stop the whole
I'm
long-winded
keeping my hand
bullshit.
on my great axe.
Listen, please stop your long-winded bullshit. Do whatever you're about to do, you maniacal, like, little conniving fuck, please. Like, you're not fooling any of us. If you're a dragon fang, I'm pretty sure you could take all of us. So I don't understand why you're acting like this.
Where's the fun in that? Also, I need the god champions alive, not dead. I feel like I would cause too much collateral damage and accidentally kill my prizes, he says, looking over
So
to
what you're-
Juniper and Penelope. So for
So
now,
what you're saying is, if I kill both of them right now, then you'd leave us alone?
oh no,
You-
I would
for
kill
now.
you for taking away what is rightfully mine.
Oh, but how does it make it rightfully yours? Was there this big mega god that ordained you to have this magical power and have the ability to be like, oh, I'm gonna have all magic to myself because, oh, tragic backstory me as a child. I mean, bro, listen, it doesn't make sense. I don't understand how you could be so entitled.
Hey, Iker, let's maybe not severely aggravate the Dragon Fang for once.
Oh,
Alright, Mallory, dearest, I think it's time for you to go. And I am going to cast Eldritch Blast
alright,
on Mallory.
alright. Make your attack roll.
Does a 25 hit?
25 hits.
Queen!
Mari, you blast Mallory with a shot of Eldritch Blast, and the bolt almost turns into like a skull as it soars through the air in this purplish bluish smoke and smashes into Mallory's chest plate. You see him take a step back and he just goes, ugh! Ugh. He looks up at you, Mari, and just says, your magic is powerful. Fine. I'll leave you all. But I will have what is mine, he says, and you watch as he slowly fades away to shadows.
Alright, well that dude is a fucking creep.
You see that?
Alright, and Penelope, Juniper, just to clarify, I wasn't gonna kill you.
Well, I sure fucking hope you weren't going to kill us, Penelope says.
Listen, I know.
Like, you even have the ability to kill us?
I don't know,
I'm
he's
gonna
looking
say-
pretty beat up right now. Like, I'm basically holding
yeah,
him up.
basically dead, bro.
Going up against, like, 4 strong-ass women? Okay.
I would
No,
like to
it
do
was
something.
talking
Yeah.
about specifically just. Oh wow. Okay,
Mari,
well,
what would you like to do?
So I am going to turn to Otto, and I'm gonna cast Firebolt.
Oh, is this payback for Pilar?
This is so payback for Pilar.
Alright, go ahead and cast a spell.
Bro, you're gonna kill Otto. My
Does a 23 hit?
Yeah, it does. I accept my fate.
Alright.
Oh yeah,
You're gonna take-
Lee sent me a Snapchat with the words "I'm going to kill Otto" written on it after Otto slapped a ballista onto Mari's boyfriend.
Otto, take 9 points of damage.
I love that.
Hey, pretend it doesn't hurt,
wait.
but obviously it
As I'm
smells
like-
like bacon in here.
Like as I'm like on Penelope's back, I'm like, whoa, stop the fighting.
Why, Mari, why are you just slinging spells everywhere? And you can see that everyone just kind of starts to talk to each other. And, you know, Otto, you start apologizing for slapping the ballista onto Pilar. Pilar's just going, well, I actually kind of liked it. It
Apologize
was
for
kinda...
nothing. I simply accept the
Pilar just walks up to you, Mari, and just says, if it's any sort of, if it's any sort of comfort, I kind of liked being a ballista. Oh, also, Mari, look. You can see that Pilar holds up a vial of blood to you. And on the vial of blood is simply written, Pilar, I knew that my blood was here, he said.
I'm going to look over at Otto and say, and like point my finger at him and go, stay in line, or I'm not gonna go easy next time. And I'm gonna
Wait,
grab
so-
Pilar and go into the woods away from the group.
Wait, so quick question: how big is Pilar?
Pilar's like 5
never-
foot. Yeah, he's small.
Mari's like
Pilar's 5 foot.
6'6".
I always saw him as like a 2 foot tall robot. Like
I also kind of see him as a 2 foot tall robot.
I thought it was like just this tiny little robot.
No,
Maybe,
he's a suit of armor.
maybe as things change. But yeah, he's like 5'4". Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, we'll do Pilar and Mari real quick. Mari, you take Pilar into the forest, and Pilar just looks at you. I found it, Mari. The first piece to start bringing me back.
Mari's just like speechless. Can I roll a, I guess, Arcana check to see what I need to do with it?
Yep.
That's a 24.
It is definitely magical, and the blood is slightly darker than usual, and it kind of swirls with a certain misty quality to it. Sidar said to bring Pilar back, you simply just had to put all the pieces of his soul into his fake body. So you assume that's just pouring the blood down his helmet throat.
Okay, could I, like, put the blood on my fingers and in the inside of his armor just doing, like, sigils and shit to make it look all funky?
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna do that, and then kind of, like, just seal it, I guess, so it doesn't get broken.
Alright. Mari, as you finish this process with the blood, you watch as Pilar, he becomes slightly shinier, and some of the scratches on his armor begin to heal, and he speaks again, but his tone of voice is slightly different as he just goes, "Thank you, Mari. That feels much better," he says. His voice sounds a little less robotic and static. It's still kind of the same, but not as much as it used to.
Mari's just gonna, like, I imagine that he's just sitting on the ground. Mari's gonna, like, squat down and just hold him at the shoulders and just put her head against his chest.
Don't worry, Mari, Pilar says. I'll be back soon. At this, Pilar sits up, and you see that his tone of voice has kind of changed back to the normal way, and he says, "We should go back to our friends."
Mari's just gonna give a slight smile.
Oh! All right. Back with the rest of the group.
I'm so great with characters.
Back with the rest of the group, as everyone's talking and kind of like figuring out what the fuck just happened. Vaughn walks up to you, Iker, and just kind of goes, "Iker, are you okay? You seemed a little shaken."
You know, there's just with all of this Mallory business and us getting trapped in a castle and me finding another person that can use the same ability as me and being infatuated with your sister. I mean, it's just a whole lot going on right now.
Penelope isn't my sister, Vaughn says.
We don't care about details. I'm currently really, really in a lot of pain.
What's that vial that you're holding? Iker, you're still holding onto the vial, the empty vial of Sartosa's blood, in your hand.
This is How do you pronounce it?
Sartosa.
Zartosa. All right, so so this is a
Sartosa. There's no Z. It's just Sar.
Oh, hey, so Sartosa.
Yeah, there you go.
So this is a vial of Sartosa. It is what they used, I imagine, to make me be able to use blood magic. Fun fact, after this happened, I've been having this interaction with a creepy raven that keeps calling me a thief. But I think we're on a little bit better terms now.
At this, Bond takes the vial and looks at it, and you see he looks even more confused on his face as he just looks over at the rest of the party. And you all just hear Bond go, "I am so confused."
I am too.
No. Iker, you don't understand. Sartosa is... my mom's mom. Like my grandma.
Oh?
She
Is she still alive?
Well, Mom never really got into it. She just said that our current house is built off where her mom's manor was, and she apparently wasn't a very nice woman and did a lot of really bad things. And apparently she was a demon, but Bonds, and that bounty hunter looked a lot like my mom. Bond just kind of looks at the vial.
That's peculiar.
Bond looks over.
And then I look.
Yeah. Iker, go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say I just look over at Penelope and go, "Do you have any idea about any of this?"
Penelope just shrugs. Apparently, I'm a champion of fire, or whatever that means, and now some creepy, predatory dragon fang man with glittery armor is coming after me. So I'm a little lost as well. Penelope says.
He's so pretentious, and I love it.
Yeah, I know. I love Mallory. Penelope looks over at the rest of the group. I don't want to be the one that takes charge, but maybe we should get away from the creepy church. Maybe find
I agree.
a nice spot to rest for the night.
I guess we make camp.
Yeah.
And then Iker like tries to nonchalantly bed down like a comfortable but not creepy distance away from Penelope.
All right, I'm just gonna say, you all leave the church and begin to set up camp decently far away. Obviously, you don't really want to be close. In the forest, one of the forests of Markarith. You begin to set up camp. And Penelope walks over to you, Junifer, as you guys are setting up camp. Juniper, Penelope speaks to you and she just goes, "So you're a champion too?"
Yeah.
I believe you said you're a champion of nature?
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Penelope kind of looks a little taken aback at this. Yeah, it is pretty cool. I just wanted to, I don't know, since the same man is coming after both of us, just ask how you're doing?
I mean, I'm pretty strong. Honestly, with enough training, I could take him.
Penelope gives you a smile. I mean, I saw you out there. You are pretty strong. But, yeah, I don't know. I just, I guess I just wanted to let you know that you're not alone in this, she says.
It's okay, hun. I know you're scared. It's new for me too, but I know you have a strong soul, so, you know, I think we can get through this together.
Thank you, Juniper. That means a lot, she says. And at this she says, actually, I need to ask someone something else. I'll be back, she says, and she turns around and starts to move over to Nolai.
Okay.
Nolai, Penelope comes up to you. Tren, please.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay,
sorry.
good. Penelope comes up to you, Trin, and she just goes, or sorry, Nolai. And she just goes, excuse me, Nolai?
Yes.
Sorry, I know we haven't talked a lot, but, I don't know how long this group is going to be a thing, or really what's happening after these events, but I just wanted to ask you a question. Can you train me? Penelope says. Like how to use a sword. Like how to fight like you fight.
You not know how?
I've never touched a sword in my life, but I saw you, and you killed like 5 cultists just by yourself. It was like you were barely breaking a sweat. I know that we may not want to stick together as a group, and people may leave, or, you know, things may change, but if it wouldn't be too much trouble, just maybe showing me the basics?
For as long as this group stays, why not?
Penelope gives you a big smile and says, "Thank you, No Light. I really appreciate it," she says. And you can see that her hair kind of lights up a little bit, like fire and excitement.
Yeah, that's adorable. Holy shit. Okay. She just kind of like smiles at her and she's like, "You're the champion now. You're gonna have to learn how to fight in order to be able to use your powers."
Yeah, a champion of fire, she says, looking at her hands. I have big shoes to fill. She turns around and walks away. If there's any role-playing or things you want to do before we end this session with 2 cutscenes / events.
Oh boy. Great. Lovely.
We have a lot of things to end off with. So if you guys want to do any cute little role-playing, now's the time to do it before I end you guys.
Oh, you know I want to.
Go to horny jail now.
I want
done.
character.
You're done.
I want character building with Penelope. So.
Bro, tweet for a fictional character. Also, isn't she like 18?
She's 19.
She's 19.
Icar's 20.
Yeah.
Fine.
Let
Okay.
me have this, damn it.
I guess we'll just go down the list. So we'll start with Icar.
Okay.
All right, Icar. You can see Penelope is kind of at her tent, and you can see that she pulls. Actually, first off, Penelope walks over to you, Otto. Excuse me, Mr. Otto.
Yes?
Oh,
Titan child.
Hi. I was just wondering if I could have one of those swords that you took.
Yes?
I promise I'll give it back. I just
Yeah.
need it for a little bit.
That's okay. No, you're welcome to keep it. Just, that would involve shoving your hand into a sack of pointed objects.
Can't you just reach in and get it for me?
Yeah. Tiny Otto is going to grab the biggest sword from the sack.
Otto, you grab a great sword and hand it over to Penelope. And she kind of drops it for a second. She was not expecting it to be that heavy, and it almost slashes you by accident. And she just goes, "Sorry," she says as she, like, pulls the sword away.
If I had a nickel for every time I almost died.
Well, thank you, Mr. Otto. I'll leave you to your, tinkering, she says, as she turns around and starts to walk back to her tent. All right,
Enjoy your day at school.
Icar, you see Penelope walk back to her tent with the new greatsword that she just got from Otto.
You sure you're gonna be able to lift that?
I got it, Icar, she says as she picks it up. And she kind of like wobbles a little bit with it, and she drops it back onto the ground. She just goes, "Okay, well, No Lie's going to teach me how to do it, so I'll be fine."
Okay.
Yes, No Lie.
All right.
Possible slight training arc for a moment, perhaps?
I think we should do
Yes.
it next session, because I think it'll be like an actual big story moment, but it's already getting a little late. But don't worry, next session
All right,
we'll have a
well-
Penelope No Lie training montage.
All right. Well, look at it. Well, I will still honor my promise. I will definitely teach you how to use and create your fire to be a more suitable for you to fight with it.
I feel like you have
I
your
know
own.
this very-
I feel like you have your own host of problems, Icar. Penelope says. She looks at you with a very worried face. You, like, almost blacked out back there, and you seem to be very shaken after reading that name.
Yeah. Trauma is a hell of a thing, but it keeps my mind off of things. And if anybody knows how you feel, it's me. I haven't had this blood thing for a long time. So, but what I do know about it so far is got me this ability. And
Bond said
I don't know,
that.
just know that I'm here. Okay.
Bond said that you have his grandma's blood in your veins, a demon's blood.
Yeah, that part is kind of creepy. I did not know that.
Well,
like I said, I was not for all of this.
Well, Bond is trying to get home. Maybe you could tag along with us? Maybe his mom has some answers for you?
Yeah, I think I might.
Great, Penelope says, and she smiles. Alright, I'm gonna get some sleep. Nolai said I need to be up early tomorrow to begin training, so... Good night, Iker.
Good night, Penelope.
Try to get some good rest, and I hope that the ravens don't show up, she says.
I will, and I go back to my tent where my little blood minions have, like, arranged my bedding for me and everything, and I lay back, and two of them specifically will put, like, a little sleeping mask on me.
As this happens, Iker, you notice that one of the blood minions appears to suddenly turn into a raven, but you can't really notice it before it turns back, and you fall asleep. Alright, who wants to be next? Who wants to do some role-playing next?
I just want to make something.
You just want to make something? Yeah, Otto, you're just going ahead and you're tinkering. Alright, well, if no one wants to do any role-playing stuff, we're just going to do the last story beats. Again, sorry there's a lot, but we have a lot of things to set up. Alright, so next story beat. Okay, there's a lot to get through, so apologies if this is kind of long, but I have a lot of things I need to set up. Alright. Bon is still awake. And Otto, you watch as he kind of walks up to you and he just goes, I need to catch my breath for a second. If anyone in the party asks, I'm just over by the foot of the trees.
Alright. Try not to get too far, yeah?
I won't. Thanks, Otto. And Bon starts to walk. First thing we're going to start with. Alright. As you all start to drift to sleep. Fuck, we need music. God damn it. As you all begin to drift to sleep. Alright. Mari, Juniper, Penelope. The three of you begin to slowly haze awake. But you all see each other, but you're not awake. You seem to be in some sort of strange dream state. Juniper, Mari, and Penelope, none of you can move. And everything feels very swirly. First, from Juniper, green light materializes behind her as a mighty stag with flowers and leaves growing in her antlers walks out from behind Juniper. Behind Penelope, fire and embers begin to burn as a large, blazing bull comes forth. The bull and the stag walk towards each other, and they both bow. It is good to see you, sister, Votar says. Enta returns the favor. It is good to see you as well, brother. I hope that you are well during our slumber. Votar nods as the fire kind of shifts on his horns. I see that you have picked your new champion, same as I. Enta nods. As with tradition, there must always be those that carry our blessed magic. Even his, Votar says as he looks over in Mari's direction. From behind Mari, black dark smoke begins to materialize, and a sinister voice begins to speak. Now I must say, I don't feel very welcomed to this little family gathering at all. A starving wolf materializes behind Mari and walks forward. His fur is matted, his eyes are these wicked yellowish green colored, and his teeth are sharp and jagged. You aren't welcomed, Sidar, Votar says. Oh, is that any way to speak to me, dear brother? We only saw each other just a little bit ago. Don't you remember? Votar kind of walks over to Sidar. Every time I see you, traitor, it's a horrific time. Sidar kind of turns his head to Enta. Sister, It's been so long. How are you doing? Do not speak to me, traitor, Enta says as she goes and stands next to Votar. We know what you're up to. Me? Sidar says as he kind of recoils a little bit. What do you mean? You all won, didn't you? All trapped us in this slumber that dear mother put upon us. Isn't that right? Isn't this the Otax that you all wanted? Sidar says. Votar speaks again. What are you playing at, Sidar? You already have your champion. What are you doing with this one? Votar says as he nods over to Mari. Oh, you see, this is why my siblings are so small-minded. Why just have one champion? Why just have one carrier of my magic? I am a god, a founder and creator of Otax. I should be able to gift my blessings to anyone who wants them. Don't you think? Votar speaks again. You're hiding something. What are you playing at, Sidar? Your champions are fools for following you. Better than your last champion, Votar. What was his name again? Ardor? You sure know how to pick them, Flaming Bull. He went out like a real hero, didn't he? And now you've picked a girl that can barely wield a sword. And you call yourself the god of fire, the god of pride and courage. You're just a fool like Mother was. Votar's flames get incredibly large at this, and he speaks, Do not use my champion's names in vain, mangy wolf. And he begins to step forward before Enta steps in. Brother, this is what he wants. Don't give in to it. Votar steps back. Enta steps forward. Listen, Sidar. Me and Votar are on to you. We are supposed to be peacefully slumbering under Otax, yet you're still seen skulking about. Blessing mortals, bringing your demons into the world. You're not going to get away with whatever you're planning. Sidar kind of sighs. I'm not planning anything, dear siblings. But if you continue to want to watch, be my guest. It's gonna be a fun ride. The gods all look at each other. Then we're done here, Votar says. And he walks back over to Penelope. Watch your back, Sidar. Of course, Votar. I'll say the same to you. Wouldn't want another person losing their head, Sidar says as he turns around and walks back to Mari. And Enta walks back to Juniper. At this, the three of you finally drift off to sleep. One final thing. This will be the last thing for the night. And this is going to be a bit long, but I know that a lot of you want answers. And so answers I'm going to give you guys. So please stick around. Bon walks forward to the foot or the end of the forest, and he kind of leans against one of the trees, looking out on the hills of Markarieth. A figure starts to walk towards him, and you see he looks a little frightened at first, before he tilts his head. You never answered my question, he says. Who are you? The bounty hunter walks forward, and she stares at Bon for a second. Bon, why are you here? Bon looks confused. I was taken. Mallory and his men came and took me away from my mom. Same with my sister. Lenore looks a little shocked. Are you related to my mom? Bon says. Lenore sighs. Bon. The whole reason I took this job was to make sure that they didn't touch you or any of your siblings, or my sister, but I guess Valterians are backstabbing after all. Bond just looks at Lenore. You know, my mom spoke about having 2 sisters. One who was crazy and wild-eyed, and one who was loyal and loving. You seem like the latter, he says. Lenore walks forward and says, I am your mother's sister. My name is Lenore. At this, Bond's eyes open wide and says, No! That's impossible. Mom said that you died about a year ago. That you were struck down by a woman named Lillian. Lenore kind of looks over at the moon. And I was going to save this for the next session, but I don't want to leave you guys hanging so hard. So I think we'll go into this ending cutscene. I thought I did die, Lenore said. And the scene devolves into a flashback. You can see Lenore in her full Valterian plate with her full horns standing off against Lillian as the two of them are fighting on the shore of the beach. Lenore tries to dodge and weave and get in hits with Lillian, but Lillian finally lands the final blow as Lenore falls to the ground, clutching to her throat as she's bleeding profusely. What a shame, Lillian says. You were such a good fighter, Lenore. I'll make sure to inform Vanessa of your treachery. And I'll make sure to pay your sister a visit. And her stupid brother, Lillian says as she begins to walk off. Oh, and I wouldn't pant so much. It'll cause you to bleed out faster, Lillian says. See you on the other side, Lenore, you traitor. Lenore is coughing, sputtering from the blood as she's slowly bleeding out. You see that she holds her hand up to her throat and she starts to slow her breathing as she slowly starts to crust up and cake the blood that's currently pouring out, but it seems like it's too late. Lenore kind of just thinks in her head and she just says, Damn it. Damn it. Wasn't fast enough. Is this the end? Arya? I'm sorry. Lenore's vision goes black. She slowly floats in the in-between between life and death. Before her vision slowly restores and her eyes slowly open to sunlight. She stirs for a second as she slowly begins to sit up, and she feels a sharp pain in her throat as she raises her hand, but it's simply just gauzed up and wrapped. Oh, I see you're finally awake! Lenore looks over to see an old, creaky-looking man. He has this long staff, this wild grayish-white hair, and he has a couple tooth loose as he walks up to Lenore. You were out for quite a while, you were. Lenore looks at the strange old man and just kind of goes, What happened? Oh, you were there on the beach, bleeding out. You should count your lucky stars that the masters had their eye on you, Miss Lenore, the old man says as he kind of waddles up to her. The masters? She says. She all of a sudden says, Arya! And she stands up, but she immediately recoils from the pain. Don't want to be doing too much moving, Lenore. You've been out for quite a while and your wounds are quite severe. But I can assure you, your sister is fine. Lenore looks over to the old man. I need to get to her. I need to get back home as soon as possible. I can't wait here. And she starts to stand up. Miss Lenore. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for your help. I'll repay it at some point. And Lenore starts to walk down the beach. Oh, you all are so strange. You are, the old man says. Lenore walks to a small little town, and as she approaches the waters, she can see two figures poke their heads out from under the waves. We don't want to try and keep you here, Lenore, but your wounds are severe. A woman poking her head out of the water says. A man is also next to her. You should rest. Your sister will be fine, I assure you. Lenore looks at the two of them. Look, I thank you all for your help, but I really need to get home. The wounds can wait, but my siblings can't. I've already wasted so much time. Please understand. The sirens look at each other and nod. Very well, Lenore. Here. And you watch as the two sirens raise a small ship from below the waves. It looks ancient. And Lenore steps on board. Thank you. I appreciate it, really. Over the next week, Lenore sails back to Aetherfall as she arrives back near Vandrel and begins walking down the path until eventually she arrives at the smoldering wreck of Sartosa's manor. Lenore walks forward, stands in the middle of the mansion. For tears start to well up in her eyes. They did it, she says. Arya did it. She kneels to the ground, and she digs through the rubble and pulls up one of Sartosa's golden necklaces. I wasted so many years serving you, she says. She holds the gold necklace close to her forehead. Wasted so many goddamn years. All for what? But now you're gone. And we're finally free. She drops the necklace to the ground. She stands up and she looks around once more. I'm finally free. She walks back to the town, and you can see one of the older elders walks up. Miss Lenore, I can't believe you're back. Lenore walks up to the town elder and says, It's not Miss Lenore anymore, it's just Lenore. I'm sorry. I know that Mother was cruel, and I know you may not want to see me, but I need to ask you a question. Did a crew of pirates come through here recently? Yes, they left a couple days ago. But they seemed, quite distraught. I think they, lost one of their own. Lenore looks a bit puzzled. Do you mind telling me who they lost? The elder shrugs. He was a younger man. I think he was the sibling to the girl. Both pink skin with horns like yours. Lenore kind of looks down. Burley. Thank you, she says. Well, are you gonna go after them? We could give you directions to the way they sailed. Lenore looks over and she just shakes her head. I can't. They don't want to see me anyways, Lenore says. She walks off. A week later, Lenore is seen in the city of Vandrel. You can see she's wearing a disguise, a cloak to hide her identity, as she's sitting at the tavern, talking to the bartender. Oh, I must say, that's a pretty rough life you've lived there, he says as he puts another beer on Lenore's table. It's been hard, but I don't really have to worry about it anymore, Lenore says as she picks up her mug. At this, you can see that a town crier is riding through the streets, ringing a bell and announcing, Attention, attention, people of Vandrel! The Dragonfang Vanessa is dead! I repeat, Vanessa is dead! She was slain by pirates in Edia! He says, and Lenore walks out to hear this cry. I repeat, Vanessa is dead! The 5th Dragonfang has fallen! He says as he continues to run through the streets. Lenore just kind of speaks to herself. Vanessa's dead? Must mean Lillian is too, she says. As the months go by, Lenore can be seen acquiring new armor and a new weapon. She can be seen in the middle of the forests of Aetherfall with a knife as she's staring into the waters of a lake. You can see that tears start to well up in her eyes again, and she says, I'm a failure. I couldn't protect Sasha. I couldn't help Arya. I couldn't save Burley. If only I saw it sooner. If only I knew how wicked you were, Mother. Maybe none of them had to die. I don't want your fucking powers. And you watch as Lenore raises the knife to her horn and she begins to carve at it. And she slowly slices both her horns off and throws them into the lake. You hear me? You damn witch! I don't want your powers. I don't even want to be associated with you anymore, she says. She quickly applies gauze and bandages to her horns to stop the bleeding. As she picks up the mask. I'm nothing but a good soldier. A killer. So I guess I'll just keep doing that, she says as she dons the mask. And she grabs her long sword. No more powers, Lenore. No more powers. The months go by as Lenore takes bounty after bounty, becoming a mercenary for hire, collecting coin. Every month, she can be seen watching over the village where Sartosa's manor is, watching as Arya slowly rebuilds the house. You can see that Arya slowly adopts 3 children to live with her. But Lenore never approaches the home. Lenore never makes her presence known. She just watches from a distance, smiling. One day, Lenore can be seen watching over Arya's house. You can see that she's just staring at Arya, and you can see Bon with a little squirrel in his hand, and Arya's trying to teach him that, no, you can't just take any random wild animal you see in the forest home, Bon. They need to be free as well. Bon's like, oh, Mom, but he's so cute. And Lenore's just seen smiling. Till a voice is spoken behind him and behind her. Reminiscing over the good old times, eh, Lenore? Lenore turns around to see Mallory standing behind her. What? Don't be alarmed. Not here to do anything bad. Trust me. I just heard that there was a incredibly talented bounty hunter in the area, and I just thought that I would talk to her, make her acquaintance. Lenore stands up and immediately goes for her long sword. Please, hear me out. You're a Dragonfang, aren't you? She says. I don't work for the Valterians anymore. I'm sorry. I'm just a mercenary now. That is true, Lenore, and you're a very good mercenary. But I have a favor to ask of you. You see, you are an incredibly talented warrior, and I need incredibly talented warriors. You've heard of the God's Champions, correct? Lenore looks a little puzzled. I believe that you ran into 2 of them during your early days of service, correct? Yes, I did. But one of them unfortunately passed. Ah, yes. Ardor. Strong fighter. Well, I'll have you glad to know that a new champion has been picked for the Fire God. Is that so? Lenore says. You want me to help you collect these God champions? Precisely. I need strong warriors, Lenore, and I know that you are strong. Lenore looks up. I won't accept. I don't work for Valterians anymore. I was hoping you wouldn't say that, Lenore. And at this, Lenore watches as multiple elites kind of emerge from the bushes. And you can see the elites all have these brand new Dresden rifles. And they all point and aim the rifles at Arya and Bon. You see, you're in no place to you're in no place to deny my deal. You're a traitor, Lenore. And a convict. And your sister aided in the death of one of the 5 Dragonfangs. So, basically this isn't a request. This is a demand, Mallory says. Lenore looks at the elites aiming the rifles at her sister. And looks back at Mallory. There you go. That's a good soldier, he says. I need you to find and collect the 6 gods' champions. If you do that, you can all be free. I'll never come for you or your sister ever again. You'll be free people. But if you refuse, and the Valterian elites slightly squeeze the trigger. All right, Lenore says. All right. I'll do it. Excellent, Mallory says. Come with me, Lenore. You have plenty more work to do for the Valterian Empire. And Lenore looks back at Arya and Bon and continues forward. Flash forward about a month. Halgrim and Lenore can be seen staring at each other in their duel. Halgrim shouts out, How? How are you still alive? Lenore looks up at Halgrim. Sometimes the fates just will it so. Halgrim puts his scythe down. What are you doing, Lenore? I thought you changed. At least that's what Arya said. Why are you still fighting for them? And you can see Lenore, tears begin to form in her eyes again. I'm sorry, Halgrim. But I have to do this. Alright? I have to bring you to Mallory. Because if I don't, they're gonna kill her. I have to make the right choice this time. Halgrim looks at Lenore. Is this the right choice? Lenore continues to look off to the side. It's the only one I have left. And the two of them begin to fight again. The scene cuts back to Lenore now staring at Bon, and Bon's eyes are wide and full of sorrow. Lenore, he says, walking forward to her. Come home. I'm sure Arya would love to see you. Lenore shakes her head. I can't, Bon. I can't see her. I failed her. It's my fault that Burley and Sasha died. And now I'm working for the Valterians again. It's just my fate. Bon walks forward and he grabs Lenore's hand. Lenore, it's clear that Mallory is going to keep coming after people. It's clear he doesn't hold his word. You don't have to be a slave. Make your own choice. Come with us, he says. Lenore looks at Bon. How could I even try to change? To incorporate myself into a group of heroes? I'm just a soldier, Bon. I'm nothing more. Bon begins to pull Lenore closer. You're not Lenore. I can introduce you to all of them. I'm sure that they'll love you. I mean, sure you tried to kill them, but I'm sure they'll understand. And we can get you back to Arya. If I did this, I would be betraying the Valterian military again. They would just go and kill Arya. They won't, Bon says. I've been studying Mallory. I know how he works. He likes to do fear. He wouldn't just kill Arya for no reason. He would use her for something, which means that she'll be safe, at least for a while. Come on, Lenore. You don't have to be a Valtarian anymore. You can just be free. Lenore sighs. I'll think about it, she says as she lets go of Bond's hand. Just be here in the morning, okay? I'm sure they'll love to meet you, Bond says. Lenore smiles and says, I'll try. And she turns around, begins to walk away. And that is the end of the session.
Bro. Oh my god.
Dang.